Hello, my name is Aino Corry. I'm part of the program committee for GOTO Aarhus 2012.
My name is Kresten Thorup. I'm also part of the program committee, part of the team putting together the program, and we're here to just talk about some of our favorite things of the conference program.
Yeah, we could go on and on about the conference program, but we'll only tell you about a few highlights from the program. So I'll start. One of the things that I'm looking very much forward to this year is Linda Rising. She's one of our speakers. She's often been at our conferences. She's a great speaker, and she's also very interesting in the sense that she's giving a very orthogonal talk. She's talking about neuroscience and psychology and the way people think and why the way people think affect the way that we make software development. She's very interesting. She's reading all these books and then she's sort of sifting out the interesting things for software development and telling us about them. She just turned 70 this year and she's decided to learn everything from scratch again, so that's a very interesting goal, I think.
I'd like to highlight Adrian Cockcroft. He's from Netflix, and he's been doing some really interesting things in terms of how they do operation at Netflix. They run everything in the cloud, and the developers have enormous powers over how to run operations. It's quite different from what we're used to, having basically developers build systems and throw them over the wall. Here at Netflix, basically developers run operations, and I've seen him speak a couple of times at some of our other conferences, and it's really enlightening, at least refreshing. I'm really looking forward to that, to be able to present that here.
Mm. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is Martin Thompson, who used to be a co-founder and CTO of LMAX, where he did the Disruptor framework. He's all into low latency, high throughput Java concurrency, and he's going to talk about mechanical sympathy, which is one of his favorite subjects at the moment. That's being sympathetic to the hardware and the computer instead of just working on the software without thinking about the consequences for the hardware. That also is a part of the trend that we see at the conference this year, where we're thinking more about hardware, like the accelerators and the makers track, instead of just thinking about software.
And I'd like to also highlight Andy Gross. He's one of my favorite speakers. He's a lead engineer or something like that at Basho, who are developing the React database. But I really like the way that he always presents his material in a very humble way, in a very kind of backwards way, giving all the reasons why you shouldn't use his technology, or all the considerations that you should put into choosing something else, or other options that you can try before. And I think that's really refreshing to have somebody kind of genuinely wants people to succeed by choosing their product for the right reason. So I think we have a lot of good product presentations as part of the program too, and here's somebody to learn from.
Mm-hmm. And the last one I'm going to talk about is Damien Conway. He's a new speaker at our conference. He's giving a keynote Monday afternoon. He's a Perl buffet, but that's not why I'm interested in hearing him. I heard him in December in a conference in Australia, and actually saw the same keynote twice. I normally don't see talks twice, but it was so brilliant. It was talking about physics and computer science together, and how to change the way time runs, so that he could show that if B follows A and C follows B, then A must conclude C, and that means then that the time has gone backwards, and the result of the program is what you get as an argument of the program. It was mind-bending. We all had a headache, and it was brilliant.
And actually, Damien Conway is also on languages track. Last year at GOTO here in Aarhus, we actually skipped having a language track altogether in favor of other topics, but I'm really happy that we have it back. There's always so many interesting things to say about programming languages, and actually Damien Conway is talking about Perl too. And we have a couple of interesting kind of odd angles. There is something that's really coming up now is polyglot programming. Stefan Tilkov is talking about experiences with mixing many different programming languages in projects, experiences with that. There's some interesting kind of offbeat languages like D, which is kind of a it's a scripted version of something that looks like C and has a really interesting concurrency model. There is stuff on R, the statistical language, which is used for processing statistical data and producing graphs, etc. It's becoming quite popular. And then, kind of at the end of the line, we have Anna Heisberg, who's talking about a new project that we don't even know what it really is, but it's a new language project or new something in space.
Maybe?
Development tools of some kind. So that'll be interesting to see. So you should come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for now. We wanted to say a whole lot more, but we're not allowed. So I'll just see you there. Bye.
Goodbye.